Hi everyone, welcome back to This Book Belongs to Pam, and today I am going to be planning a whole month of reading. April is always sort of a big-ish month for me because it is the Magical Readathon month. If you didn't know, Magical Readathon is hosted by G from Book Rose, and she has created this very fun and immersive world called Aurelium, where we get to create our characters, study certain fields in order to fulfill a calling, and a bunch of other things. I will leave a link to G's introduction video for 2024 Spring Equinox, which is this April. With that said, I have a character who has classes, which means I have books that I need to read. And if I don't do planning in April, it's gonna be very difficult for me to actually fulfill those prompts. So in my phone, I have all of the prompts that I need to fulfill for my characters. So my character is trying to build towards her second year of Story Weaver, which means that she is in the apprentice stage, I believe. And then aeldia excavationist, which is a new calling for this equinox. I did Rift Architect last year, so she's already a novice Rift Architect, but I thought I wanted to switch things up this year. And my character, Kirin, is an Iltyrian who loves knowledge and loves history, and her ultimate dream and goal in life is to acquire as much knowledge and all of this fun historical artifacts because she wants to open up her own museum that is hopefully going to be the best in all of Aeldia, which is the world that we're in for this readathon. So I thought aeldia excavationist is a perfect role for her because then she could just, dig up some fun artifacts and actually understand what they are. I did sort of pre-plan a little bit because it's gonna take a long time, but there are some things that we need to decide today. For Story Weaver, the first class is Inscription, and with this one I need to write down 3 titles, fold them, and then pick one. I'm actually gonna be putting down 3 Fairy Loot books as my options because I want to keep on reading my Fairy Loot book. I need to know if I like these books or not, so I know if I need to unhaul it or keep it. So let me get the 3 books that are gonna be up and running for this prompt. The first book that I want to put down for this random prompt is this one, Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. I was interested in this before because this has the King Arthur legend, I believe, and at the time I just finished reading Legendborn and Bloodmark and I was craving for more Arthurian legend, and this was the pick for Fairy Loot at the time, but I haven't gotten around to it, so I definitely wanna read this. So this is what that looks like. So that is an option. Another one is all the way up here. Oh wow, it's really tough to get. Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. I actually really love the sprayed edges for this one. It's very gothic and eerie flowers, which I really like. I actually have no idea what this book is about, but I am putting it down here because I know that the sequel is coming out soon and I need to decide whether I wanna put a hold on that on Libby or even pre-order it if I'm really interested. So I want to read this. Also, Silver in the Bone, I believe, also has a sequel coming out. So that's the second book. And the third one is... it should be up here. Hold on. Oh, maybe that's YA. Hold on. Oh, this one. Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. I have read really good things about this book, and I'm just interested that it's like a siren concept, and the art inside is also really pretty. So these are gonna be my 3 choices. I'm gonna get some paper and we'll get to picking. There we have it. Our papers have decided that the book is going to be Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Brocken. I'm actually quite excited about this because I did really enjoy Legendborn and I have been wanting a story like that. I think this is YA if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is YA. So we'll see if I enjoy it. I did enjoy a YA book recently, which was Bonesmith by Nikki Pao Preta. So I have high hopes for another YA book. For the next class, which is Art of Illusion, I need to read a book which has the word game or play in the title. I actually have two options and both of them are in Libby. So the first one is The Wishing Game by Meg Schaffer. I have seen this book around quite a bit. I believe it is a mystery thriller. I actually have no idea. Hold on. Okay, so The Wishing Game is a great fit for readers who enjoy whimsical stories about transformative power of reading, adoption, and the formation of found families. This is about a... Ooh! Okay, so an author, a reclusive best-selling author of this children's books, quit mysteriously and he suddenly goes back into the limelight with a brand new book and some kind of competition with a prize that will be absolutely life-changing. So that's very interesting. I like how it's about books. So there's that, The Wishing Game by Meg Schaffer. And then the other book that I was thinking of reading for this is Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. So this one is also a thriller. This has been pitched as Ace of Spades meets Squid Game with a sprinkling of The Bachelor. So that's like, damn, that's a very good pitch. Because I did enjoy Ace of Spades. It has that thrilling mystery aspect with a touch of like darkness, or maybe not a touch, it's kind of dark, but then you have Squid Game, so you're gonna have competition. I'm guessing you're gonna see people betray other people or trick other people. And The Bachelors, I guess there's romance in here somewhere, or I don't know, but I really like that pitch. So these are the two options that I have, but I'm leaning towards Their Vicious Games. Officially, I'm gonna put Their Vicious Games in my TBR, but if I don't enjoy it as much, I could always switch to The Wishing Game, which I both have on Libby, which thankfully they both arrived in time. So that is my second book. The third one is quite interesting. We have to take up psionics and divination, but instead of having a prompt to choose a book, we just have to do an activity with the book. And the activity is prediction bingo. So essentially, we're gonna pick a book, any book, and we're gonna make a prediction bingo card. So for that, I thought the best book for this kind of prompt is a romance book, because then you could like put in the common tropes, common scenes in romance, common lines even, and that would be really cool. And the book that I've chosen for this one is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. Now, I have read the first book, which is A Mile High, and I was just so-so about it. I didn't fully enjoy it. I thought it was just okay. It wasn't bad, but it was just okay. But everyone has been raving about The Right Move, so I am intrigued. I'm also gonna be buddy reading this with Lori, so yeah, I thought it would be perfect for this prompt. I haven't made the prediction bingo card yet. I'm essentially gonna be just thinking of things, tropes that happen usually in the book that I'll be reading. That is the book, The Right Move by Liz Tomford. The last class for my story weaver calling is lore, but apparently the class has been interrupted by some recent events and we are instructed to read Legend of Dia, which is a chapter in our official classroom textbook, and this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna put it on screen. This is what it looks like. G made this amazingly. So I'm gonna be reading that, and I don't know. I'm gonna find out what's happening. Apparently there's gonna be some sort of quest going on with this interrupted lore class. Very exciting, but obviously I can't really plan for it. So yeah, that is the books for my story weaver calling. Very doable TBR so far. My next calling, which is aeldia excavationist, I also need to take up 4 classes. First one is animal studies. Now I have to read a book with a yellow title on the cover. I have so many options for this one because apparently a lot of books have yellow titles in the cover. So briefly, I have Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. I was reading Heartstopper last week and I kind of stopped at Volume 3 because I saw that Volume 4 had yellow title. So I thought this would be a very easy book to include in my TBR. And I want to save it. So I stopped reading. I have this as backup in case I couldn't get to an actual novel for this prompt. The other options that I have though is one, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So it has a yellow cover and the edition that I'm reading in, which is still in Libby, but whatever. And then I also have A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid, which I would say, I mean, obviously it's meant to be like gold, maybe in a different edition this is like gold foiled or something, but I could argue that that is yellowish, so I can include that. And this one is actually multi-purpose because this is also the book club book for Jamie's library, so that would be cool if I could just use those books. So this is gonna be in my, I guess, official TBR, but I do have the two other backups, which is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas and Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. The next one is quite fun. It's Conjuration class, and we have to do a color wheel to decide which book we're going to be reading. So let me just pull up a color wheel and we'll try this out. Okay, I am happy with this. So I have black, white, pink, yellow, purple, orange, green, and red. So I think that's a good option. So let me just try and put this in here. Okay. Spin. Orange. Okay, I got orange, and honestly I have no idea what's orange in my... Hold on, let me... Okay, I see an orange book, but I'm not gonna be picking that one up. See that above there? Right there, an orange book. It's Priority of the Orange Tree, but I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm not gonna pick that book for this month because that would be deadly. Let me just have a look at what else is orange. I don't think I have any... Oh, okay, I see one. So Harmony Heights is a book that I received from Penguin Random House, and this is definitely mostly orange. I did start this, probably that far. I am at page 95, and this is a, I believe like a 292 page book. So I'm not halfway. And in Magical Readathon, if you read the book more than 50% during the month of the readathon, it still counts. So I could do this. I have a couple of, this orange. I have this Agatha Christie book which has this orange cloth, but I'm not really in the mood for Agatha at the moment. I'll have a look at my Libby and see what I have in here. Hold on. Why would I get orange of all things? Okay, let's see. There's nothing in my currently borrowed books that I would classify as orange. In my hold, okay, this has potential. Hold on, let me just do a quick scroll. Okay, this has potential. So I have my 12 Rex 12 Friends challenge, and some of the books that are in there has the potential to be the book. So one of them is Penance by Eliza Clark, and then I also have Dear Medusa by Olivia A. Cole. So this cover is giving orange vibes. So I know that there's like a lot of things going on here. There's like yellow, there's like greens and a bit reddish, but the fires are orange and her hair is kind of a fiery red-orange color, so I would be counting that as well. I am just gonna read whichever ones I get first between Dear Medusa and Eliza Clark. They're both available soon, so I am gonna get them in time for this April. But if I don't, which is unlikely, I still have Harmony Heights as my backup. The next class that I need to do for this calling is also lore, which as I mentioned earlier is interrupted, so there's that. The next one is Restoration, which is read a book you think you could cure slumps. Now for me, I think the best way for me to cure slumps is to read either a romance book, a very fast-paced romance book, or or very exciting thriller. I am gonna go with the thriller route on this one because I am in a bit of a thriller mood. So I do have options, but some of them have not arrived yet. So I have ordered them, but it's not here yet. But I do have other options that I could read here as well. First one being The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. So I read None of This Is True recently, and that was such a good book and I really enjoyed reading it. So I thought, what if I give The Family Upstairs a try? I actually got this off of a thrift store called Biblio here in the Philippines. So this is a pre-loved paperback, so I think I might read that. Maybe I could put in Filipino Lit in here because if I want to read a book that could cure slumps, it could be romance, and I have Love on the Second Read by Mika De Leon. This could be a choice as well. It's a workplace romance between two editors set against a backdrop of the vibrant Philippine book publishing scene. So it's bookish related, which is always interesting to read. So that is an option. I'm gonna put that in my potential pile. The book that I initially thought of putting in this prompt, the one that I ordered and hasn't arrived yet, is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. I have been seeing this all over BookTube, all over Bookstagram, and I like the concept of, apparently there's like secret identities, there's a cat and mouse game, there's a mysterious boss, there's like stolen identities and stuff. So I am intrigued by that, but like I said, it hasn't arrived yet, so I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna be in the mood for, so it's nice to have those options. So that is all the books that I need to read for Magical Readathon. But then, as I mentioned earlier, I do have book clubs that I like to participate in, and one of the books for that is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. It's for Jamie's Libraries book club. And then the other one is So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole, which is Jan Agaton's full moon book club pick. I am also buddy reading a couple of books. So I'm buddy reading Pucking Around by Emily Rath with Pam from Pam Shenanigans. We are gonna be reading it for our reading sprints, which is gonna be fun. And then for Jan Agaton's buddy read, we are gonna be reading Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abike Iyemide. I think that's it. That's all I really need to plan for this month. It was a lot of books as I was expecting, but I know that there's gonna be some side quests and other things for Magical Readathon, so for sure I will have to revisit this stack and see if I can like tweak things a bit. But so far, this is the plan for this month. Oh my gosh, it's already April. Why is time flying by so fast? I'm also reading a couple of other books for other video ideas, which I'm not going to include here, so it's a surprise. I guess that's it for today's video. Thank you for coming along with me and planning this month of reading. I guess I will see you in the next video.